What is going on, boys, and welcome back to the channel with your boy Exhausted. Right then, boys, what we're going to be doing in today's video is we're going to be continuing with V2 of Mia. We're going to be continuing with the interior upgrade and renovation on the MX-5. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking some of the interior parts and restoring them to like new condition, basically, and then going to be putting them back into the MX-5. And I'm also going to be showing you what we've done since last time, which isn't too much, but the carpet's now completely dried, back in the MX-5 and looking good as new, and I'm really stoked with how it's turned out. So yeah, let's grab the camera, flip it around and get into the video, boys. But before I start here, guys, my name's Oscar, aka Exhausted. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe down below and turn on that notification bell so you're automatically updated whenever I upload the latest video. But yeah, enough rambling on, let's get into the video, boys, and flip the camera. So, if we have a look around here, what is that? There's a hose clamp on the floor down there. Cool, so if we go on the MX-5, look at that carpet, boys. Oh, that is not even stained or anything, I haven't even done anything. It could do with a couple of little touch-ups. There's still, like, if we get up close, you can see, like, it's not even just on the coat, there's tiny little specks. But I'm not sure if we can pick this up. Where's my fingers? There. That white bit. Gone. I need to do that on the whole carpet. It's pretty much perfect. Like, you don't even notice it. That's just my OCD. If I get really close, I can see little tiny bits everywhere, but it's hardly at all. I mean, yeah, I'm going to do that in today's video as well. Not on the camera, obviously, because that's boring as hell for you guys. But as you can see, it's looking really nice. These wires, I'm not too sure if they're going to be long enough to feed under the carpet and up through there. We're going to see. But yeah, for the time being, yeah, looking pretty nice, boys. So yeah, that's where we are so far. We've also actually painted this. So if you remember, there was actually a little rust patch here which we painted, and this thing was slightly rusty. So we actually sanded the whole thing down, gave it a coat, and what is gone wrong there? That went green for a minute. Yeah, and anyway, we've painted that and bolted that back in. It's just matching with the rest of the car, looks banging. So if we come and have a look in here, we're just going to restore these, give them a nice polish and crack on with the video, lads. Right then, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be painting some of the interior trims to kind of give a nice refresh to the interior. So what I'm going to start by doing is taking out that shifter gate or gear shift gate, or whatever you want to call it, this wiring harness, take out this little plastic piece, all of the bits which I can unscrew, and all of the plugs on the back of that, so none of that gets paint on it, and then we can go ahead, clean them all down, have a look if we're going to have to give them a little sand beforehand, probably just a light, like 600, 800 grit sand, something like that, and then we're going to go ahead and give them a nice coat of primer. Right, so what we're going to do next, we've sanded down any little bits which aren't perfect. We're going to go ahead and clean these paint prep white. I've only got one left, it's pretty dry. Right, boys, this is taking so long, so I'm just going to shoot these with a pressure washer, clean them up that way, and we'll wait for them to dry. Right then, boys, so if we have a look at these are pretty much absolutely, they are spotless. Bang. So what we're going to do is we've got some paint here. You're going to have to wait till later in the video to reveal the colour of them, boys, but we're going to be using some just Halford's Primer Grey. Now, I normally wouldn't use rattle can for any exterior things. I'd get it properly painted, unless, well, because my paint looks nice, it's like a show car and a track car, so we're going to be clean. But it's in the interior, I can make this look pucker anyway. They don't need to match the exterior paint, so it's not going to be red, basically, what these are going. So what we're going to do, we're going to give these a coat of primer now. Now they're pretty much dry. Give them another 2 minutes, but whilst we're shaking up the can, that will be sorted. And then we will go ahead and give these a couple of coats of paint. Now, boys, when painting, I would advise to obviously first shake up the can for about 2 minutes, shake it side to side, up and down, everything like that, to give it an even mix all the way through, so the paint sprays onto the surface at an even consistency. So for the first coat, you want to apply a very thin dust coat over the surface, so it's quite translucent and you can still see the colour of the surface through it. Let that dry for 15 minutes, and then you can apply a slightly heavier coat. And yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave panels to dry for a couple of weeks before putting them back in the car, and then being exposed to the elements like condensation, things like that, to give them a nice solid coating and finish. to ensure that they last for a long time before I want to rechange the colour again in the future for V3, which will be somewhere down the line, but we won't think about that at this stage yet, boys. Bish bash bosh, let's crack back into painting this, shake up the can and prime these interior trims. So that's the first coat of paint done. Let's flip the camera around and show you exactly what it looks like, so you've got an idea of what the dust coat looks like when you're painting something. So if we have a look in here, this is probably the best example of it. You can still see the black through it slightly. It's pretty much dry already. We can leave it for even 5 minutes, it will dry nicely. Before doing the second coat, usually between thicker coats you leave 15 minutes. I'll leave this for about 5-10 minutes just because it'll be slightly thicker in different places. And then, yeah, we'll go ahead and do the second coat. I'm just going to keep priming this pretty much until I can feel in the can that we've got one coat in it left. We'll just do like as much as we can get out the can, probably like 3-4 coats. Them little pieces. I do have a spare can with like half left in it in case we do need any more. But yeah, that'll do the job nicely, boys. What we will do in the meantime is we'll show you the colour of the paint. But we have gone for a BMW Cosmos Black. So this is the colour which I used on my wheels for my Peugeot. It's a metallic black, so it's a black with like a metallic fleck in it. It looks really sick. I think it'll look really nice when the light shines into the interior. I think it's going to look sick. So we're going to paint this, and then obviously we're going to use the clear coat over the top. This paint is actually quite difficult to get a nice finish out of, which I found on the wheels. But we've learnt since then, boys, and these are going to turn out pucker. Right then, boys, so what I've done is I've gone ahead and used some knifing putty, which is like a really fine putty, which is perfect for like surface scratches, stone chips, that sort of thing. It's perfect for the application we're using, and I've gone ahead and just basically filled all the little niggles in these panels just to get them perfect. So then by the time the prime is completely dry in about 4 hours, ready to sand, we can go ahead and sand all those down as well. Give it 1 or 2 more coats of primer, another final sand, and it's completely ready for paint, and it's going to be like a perfect surface almost. So air banging, this one's already done. That doesn't need any more primer, so it's just these two which need another little coat to cover those areas. And yeah, boys, whilst we're waiting for that to dry, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be cracking on, looking through this pile down there and seeing what other parts which we can be cracking on with and restoring and putting back into the MX-5 later today. So let's crack on and look through the pile, lads. Right then, boys, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be restoring these, and as you can see, I have started on the one on the right, started polishing this up and trying to restore it, making it nice and shiny again, and it is coming out really nicely so far, as you can see. I mean, the lighting's not bang on, but you can see a side-by-side comparison of the scratches in that one on the left and the one on the right, which I've been going at, and it's got a much more even shine, but this can still be made, this one here, a lot better. So we're going to crack on with these. I'm going to show you how to basically restore any metal bits. You can use this for wheels. Basically, we'll polish up any sort of chrome surface really, really nicely. So this is going to work really good for this. As you can already see, it's working lovely. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and show you what we're going to use for this. So boys, take a look in my little cabinet. Shout out, right, boys, at the farm this year was fucking sick, but yeah, let's open up this. So I'll put the knifing putty in there, which I've just been using. I'm going to take out my metal polish out of my little thing of goodies. So what we'll do, we'll put that down there, boys, and then what we're going to do is we're going to set it all up and start polishing these away nicely and bringing them back to what they look like in their former glory days. So guys, it actually rained. I didn't end up polishing up those as of now. I actually watched the football, watched the Man City Wolves game. Pretty decent game, 1-1 in the end. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start drilling this, because I'm going to add a couple of switches, extra switchy boys onto here, and then we're going to give it a nice sand down, ready for the final coat of primer before we go into the paint. So I've already drilled 3 6mm pilot holes. We're going to go in with a 10mm drill bit and drill 3 more actual holes into here. Right boys, so the holes are looking lovely, all drilled up nicely. We're going to go ahead and go in with a circular file, which, if I have a look, is somewhere around. Hold on boys. So now we're just going to finally go in with a little circular file and neaten up these edges as best as we can. So if we have a look in here, we've got our 3 holes which are quite nice. This is going to look perfect once they've been gone over with the final coat of primer. And we've got our switches in there, so that's banging. We're going to go ahead, it's been over 4 hours now since we initially did this with paint, so we're going to go ahead and give it a nice sand down. We've got 2 bits of sandpaper here. What did I leave out? So I left that 800, I think 2 800s probably. Yeah, 800. So we're going to go ahead and give this a nice sand down, and then we're going to crack on with painting. Right boys, so it's getting quite late now. What I've done since we last caught up is I've given it another coat of paint. Like you saw, I've drilled these holes, that's looking all lovely now. And yeah, they need one more coat of paint in 15 minutes. Then we're going to leave these till tomorrow. That one's already ready for paint. These 2 are the ones that I feel which I'm still got to do one more coat of paint on. Sand them down tomorrow morning after they've dried, and we can go ahead, clean them and actually give them the actual coat of paint and clear coat tomorrow, and then we'll basically be able to handle them the day after, hopefully. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them another coat of paint, and then we will catch up in the morning, lads, and we're going to give these bad boys their final black coat of paint and clear coat, and then they are going to look absolutely banging. So yeah, bish bash bosh, let's catch up in the morning, lads. Right then boys, it's the next day, and what we've done since we last saw each other is I've sanded these down and given them a once over with some paint preparation wipes in order to degrease the surface and take off any lint or anything like that which is going to ruin the paint job. So we're going to go ahead and now give them the final coat of paint and lacquer. I've chosen some BMW Cosmos Black, but you can go with whatever sort of colour you want for your interior. That's how you can make it your own, I guess. But yeah, I'm going for this because it will go with our colour scheme. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shake this up for 2 minutes and go ahead and give this pretty much as many coats as possible with these 2 cans of paint. Probably be about 4 or 5, and then we'll go ahead and lacquer it as well. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and shake this up, and then we'll get to painting these the final colour. So what we've done is we've given them the first coat, and as you can see I've done the exact same techniques I did with the primer and given them a really thin dust coat, focusing on all of the harder to get to areas first. So focusing on the edges down here for example, and all around here so they don't get too much paint on them and end up dripping. So yeah, we're going to wait for 15 minutes for these to be touch dry, and then go ahead and give them a slightly heavier or slightly thicker coat of paint. Right then boys, the paint's had 15-ish minutes to dry, so we're going to go ahead with coat number 2. So guys, the paint's been drying for a little while now, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip the camera and show you exactly what they look like, and then, yeah, I think we're going to bring the video to a close, because as you can see outside, right there, it's coming to beer o'clock. It's about 10 in the evening, and yeah, it's fair to say I am pretty knackered. I've been working on the centre console for most of the day, obviously waiting for it to dry in between coats. But yeah, without no further ado, we'll flip the camera and show you what they look like. So as you can see, it's got a nice fleck in it. The camera doesn't actually pick up the colour of this. It's because there's no natural lighting in here as well because it's so dark. But if you have a look, they're nice and sparkly. They've dried out. They need to be sanded down a little bit more, have a couple more coats of base coat and then a lacquer, and then have a load of polish up, everything like that. But they are looking pretty damn awesome, so I'm pretty stoked with how these are turning out. But yeah, they need a lot more work. In part 2, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be finishing them all up nicely and putting them back into the car and revealing what these bad boy holes are for, which I'm really actually stoked to see what this centre console is going to look like put it back together. We've got loads of new stuff, like a new gator, like I was saying earlier. Just the whole shebang, this is getting a real upgrade. So yeah guys, like I was saying, it's getting quite late, so we're going to leave the video there. Massive thanks for watching if you enjoyed the video. I'm really enjoying how this rebuild's turning out, and I cannot wait to get the MX-5 back on the road for some absolute hooning and some sideways action, boys. But yeah, like I said, beer o'clock, so we're going to crack open a cold one for the lads. And as always guys, if you're new here, make sure to smash that subscribe button down below and be sure to turn on the notification bell so you are automatically updated whenever I upload or whenever the latest exhaustive video comes out. Yeah, until the next one boys, adios.